Today we're looking at Chungking, the Tier 5 Pan-Asian cruiser made available via combat missions for the Pan-Asian Cruiser event. We'll take a brief look at the ship's stats, characteristics and build, then give you my first impressions by jumping into my first game. From the offset, it looks very easy to knock out. It has 22,600 hit points, whilst being primarily covered in 10 and 13mm of plating, excluding the turrets, armour belt and some thicker side plating. One good thing to note is the citadel is fairly small and it doesn't protrude too far past the waterline. As for the guns, they aren't indicative of the rest of the line, which focuses more on rapid firing. They're actually a higher calibre than even the Tier 10. You have 6 152mm guns in 3 double turrets with an unusually short range of 12 kilometers. Moving on to the torpedoes, you've got a triple launcher on each side. They fire deep water torpedoes up to a range of 9.5 kilometers. They move 61 knots and can damage cruisers, battleships and carriers. Since they are deep water, they also benefit from a lower detection range of 0.8 kilometers. The anti-air is also pretty good too. It's got a good range of 5.8 kilometers and the damage is pretty standard for the tier, sitting at 99 per second with 2 flak explosions per salvo. In terms of speed, it is pretty average at 32.2 knots, but has a quick rudder shift time of 6.4 seconds to make up for it. Finally, with the concealment expert skill and the camo, your detection radius can be brought down to 9 kilometers, which is further aided by having access to a smoke screen, which should somewhat make up for having such a low firing range, allowing you to get into positions whilst having your own cover. As we're getting into a game, I'll quickly cover my build. Since these ships are currently in early access, you can swap commanders for free, so I'm using the special commander Darong, available in the armoury, which benefits from improved demolition expert and survivability expert. Since my commander only has 13 points, I'm running last stand, pyrotechnician, adrenaline rush, concealment expert and superintendent. As for the upgrades, I've gone for a pretty standard build with main batteries modification 1, damage control modification 1 and aiming systems modification 1. And with the build covered, we are now in game. We're currently playing on straight and it's a standard battle in a tier 6 game, which honestly isn't too bad. I was hoping for a tier 7 game because that would be sort of putting it under much harsher conditions, but honestly I'm quite happy with this. I mean, I'm not entirely sure what to expect because it's going to be quite hard to make this work with 12 kilometers of range, but I guess with these smokes it will allow me to push up a little bit closer, but we'll just have to see. Now, I don't have much HP, so I'm going to have to be very conservative, so I'm actually going to slow down a bit here, and I'm probably just going to play around this island until I've really got an idea of what's actually going on and what I really need to do. In terms of how this thing's going to play, I mean, one thing I've also noticed is on my minimap, the 9.5 is actually my torpedo range. That means I've got 500 meters of stealth torping that I can do, so I can technically start stealth torping and act almost like a destroyer, but it's just going to be a little bit more risky. Now, some things are getting into my range, but they are behind that island, so I think coming behind this island here is going to probably be the play, but I'm going to have to be quite aware of anything over this side, because if I can early reach them, then I'm certainly sure that the Trento or the Emil are going to be able to shoot me as well. I'm going to take my guns off lock because it looks like those aren't actually in a good position there, and I think we should be okay. So I'm going to start off with HE spam and then just see if I get any opportunities, like let's say this Kirov gives me a broadside or something, then I'll switch to it then and just see how well that performs. Now, I was considering maybe going for survivability expert because it is the enhanced skill for this commander, and actually there is the repulse, so I'm going to put my smoke and just start HE spamming because that is quite a fast ship, and I'm just hoping that they're going to overextend because they are there. Oh, okay. As I was saying, the Trento may be able to fire on us from that range, and it looks like I was right because, unfortunately, our Monty Broccoli has just been knocked out. I'm going to keep on going, and you'll probably notice that my smoke has lasted a bit longer. That's because I went for the X-ray Papa UNO, which gives you about 15% longer on your smoke action time. But there is also the option of going for the, I guess, the coal mod. You get an extra 30%, but considering this is a tier 5 ship, I probably wouldn't recommend it because it's just going to be a bit of a waste of money unless you're planning on playing this quite a lot, which I can't imagine you are, but I think the flag alone is certainly going to help a lot. I mean, this repulse is taking quite a lot of damage, but because they are able to go so fast, they are able to get away, and ooh, that actually looks like that Normandy's backing out. That's quite good. We'll try and get a few shots on them and see if we can actually set some fires. I mean, the fire chance isn't too bad on it because I did also put a couple of signals on to slightly bolster that value up. So hopefully this next salvo could give us one. Nope, it doesn't look like we're going to get one. So yeah, I can already see that this 12 kilometers is definitely a limiting factor, and Once you are under fire, oh, that is interesting. Okay, he's trying to lure me out with my anti-air, so he's probably going to take a blind shot shortly, but I've just noticed my smoke is nearly on cooldown, so the one thing about these smokes that I saw in the stats as well is they don't last as long as regular smokes, but they do also come off cooldown a little bit quicker too, so there is that trade-off. Now, we do have planes coming in as well, so it probably is quite a good idea to start running away, because if I get spotted by that in front of these, I can imagine my armor's probably not going to hold up too well, and speaking of which, here they come. Oh no, okay. Just about evaded them there. I'm going to check what is the range. Oh right, okay, so detectability is the same as the anti-air range, so there's no point in toggling it, because as soon as you get spotted by them, your anti-air starts firing anyway. Now I'm going to push up a little bit here. So I mean, the repulse has just been absolutely slapped by these guys, but we have also lost 2 cruisers too, so we are going to have to be quite careful. I'm going to probably just try and do a bit of spotting, and if we can get some of these torpedoes off, that would be quite good. And at the moment it looks like we've got quite a few ships just over in this central area here, so they are quite preoccupied, but we do have to be careful, because if that carry does focus us, we are going to be in quite a bit of trouble. Now I'm going to ping someone, or actually I might just do that, so yeah, I'll just ping the Cavor and see if they can come and give us some assistance. Now, torpedoes, I'll probably launch a few a little bit later. Now, the one thing is repulse can go, ooh, hello, that's a destroyer, well, a cruiser we do not want to engage with. Yeah, I'm going to start turning out again and wait for our Cavor to get a bit closer, just so I can get a bit of support. The problem is, I'm the only one spotting these guys as well, so as soon as I smoke up, it's going to be pretty useless anyway, because I'm not going to be able to shoot at anything, because I'm going to be spotting them. However, if I can bait one of them into firing, that might be a play, but we'll have to see. I mean, where's this Cavor in relation to me? Okay, I'm going to go a little bit further ahead then, and then I'm going to pop the smoke, because he should then start spotting them for me. Okay, so we are playing a bit of a dangerous game here, but I think we're going to be alright, and you know, I'm just going to pop that then. So smoke up, and let's start firing at this repulse. We'll go for the Bertin after, because I can imagine the Cavor should be able to do a pretty decent job, and you've got to be joking. The Cavor is mirroring me here. Okay, thankfully it looks like the repulse has just fired, so we're going to have to take advantage of that as quickly as we can, otherwise they're going to have 20 seconds before they go unspotted. But okay, oh, and we do manage to get a fire as well. Hopefully they keep that. Nope, they don't. Okay, that's fine. I just noticed we weren't actually moving then, so we haven't really utilised the smoke generation, but still we've got a bit, and this is going to last for a minute, so should be able to get a few fires there. And fortunately repulse isn't firing again, so if the Cavor could possibly pop out, that'd be quite nice. And got another 24 seconds, then we'll get these torpedoes away. And okay, no, they have just fired again. So that's the one thing to take into consideration as well, is if you are on quite low HP and you're not spotted, it's probably not worth firing, because if you have got guns such as large as these, then you are going to be spotted even when someone's in a smoke. Now we have got them, well, we have got them on a palm fire at the moment, so if we can get another one and just keep on sort of chunking them down with constant HE, we should be able to get a bit more damage here. I mean, it's not the best style of play, but I mean, considering that we've only got 22,000 HP and we've only got 12 kilometers of range, then this is sort of the best way we can play, and we've just got to sort of take what we can get, really. And if that means HE spamming a repulse that's, well, playing like this, then I'm going to take it. And you know what, we might actually be able to get a kill here, so I'm just going to send some shells in just to confirm that. And yep, there we go, we managed to get a kill on the repulse. I'm going to start turning, because it looks like the Emil Bertin has also gone over there, because I'm not entirely sure what these enemies are doing over here. It just, they're all sort of clumped in one area, so if I can maybe draw them out, go into their cap, then what I could be able to do here is just pop another smoke and possibly have one of my teammates. So we've got a Derflinger pushing up, and our Cavor is... Honestly, I'm not entirely sure what our Cavor is doing, but if our Derflinger can come and give us some help, that would be quite good too. I mean, I'm considering actually pushing a bit further, but there we go. We do also have a Kirov, but yeah, all of them are just in this single area here, and it appears our team's doing the same, but that is tier 5 battles. That is what's going to happen. If I can start tempting the carrier out by going into their cap, and hopefully we can get some of the other ships coming as well, we might be able to drop some torpedoes and get a decent amount of damage, because they do, I think it's like 15,000 damage. Yeah, 15,800, so that should do a good amount of damage. There is also the skill to go for the increased damage. You can get up to 18k, but whether that's worth it, I probably wouldn't say so, because when you're going further up the line, then that's really just, you're going to be more going for HE spam from the looks of it, because a lot of that, it's like 3.5 seconds at the tier 10, which is the reload, so you're going to be more focusing on that, and then you're just dropping torpedoes if you get the chance, so I think you're going to be more speccing for HE spam. Now we're about to get into this cap, so that's going to hopefully cause some distraction. As I say, I'm still not too sure what these guys are doing over there. So I think I'm going to have to try and sort of kite away. I mean, as I say, the armour is paper thin, and you're not going to be able to get too much done with it, but if we can maybe angle it on this sort of side armour here, that could help us out, but again, we're just going to have to see. Now, I don't think I'm going to have angles to fire on this Koenig here. However, I might actually drop some deep water torpedoes here, because if that Koenig's coming around, we may be able to get a cheeky hit. And it looks like the enemy carrier, they're not coming for us quite yet, unless they've just not been spotted, but I think we are safe for now. So 2 minutes left, we've got nearly a third of the cap. This could go quite well. I'm still going to start running away though, because if that Koenig is chasing us, then they're going to be closing the gap relatively quickly. So I'm just going to get on the edge of the cap here, and if I see something, I'm going to pop a smoke and then just hide in it. Speaking of which, that is the Koenig right on schedule. Hopefully they've seen me, so they attempt a blind fire. We managed to get a hit, so that does indicate we may get... Ooh, look at that, a triple torpedo hit. Nice. Okay, that's quite good. And we do have a follow-up set as well. I don't think any other ships are coming down, but we are going to be able to get this cap. Now, I might actually just try and take this, because if no one's going to contest, I might as well try and get this cap, because it's basically a free win. I mean, in terms of damage, we've not done all that much, and ooh, here comes the Ryujo. But as they start trying to come in and possibly resetting us, then we should be able to get quite a bit of damage. And actually, speaking of which, we may be getting another hit on the Trento. We'll have a look. Yep, that's... Ooh, okay, that could be a... Okay, that is a third kill. And ooh, okay, so the carrier did just reset us there, and we do need to be careful, since that is the Emil, and they are probably going to be able to hurt us. So we're actually going to try and load some armor piercing, because they are giving us a decent side. And okay, yeah, you don't need to go for me again, you've already reset me. Okay, it looks like they missed. I mean, to be fair, I've got to hand it to them. They did a really good job with that blind fire then. That was quite good resetting me then, but I wasn't paying too much attention with dealing with them. Now we've got 24 seconds left of our smoke, so we've got to be very careful here and there. It looks like they are trying to gauge a blind fire. Okay, not a citadel there. Didn't aim quite well enough. Whether they are being knocked out by... Ooh, can we get another kill? I think we possibly can. An enemy Chungking. Okay, so who's going to win? The friendly Chungking, or the one that's got 1,600 HP? Oh, no, 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 no. Come on, please let me get the kill. Oh, I need to get this. I need to get this. Can I get the Kraken? I think I can. I think I can. There we go. That is the fourth kill, and we could probably secure that by going for this Emil Bertin. Or possibly. Let's have a look. Ryujo's got AP bombers, so we're going to go side on, because that's going to be the hardest possible angle for them to hit us. So, yep, there we go. That's just worked for us. Now we're going to go back into the cap and see if we can... Ooh, okay, that was quite close. Those were the Chungking storps. We're going to send some more torpedoes down this straight, just in case anyone tries to come and attack us again, but I don't think we're going to get the Kraken. However, I am still very happy with this result, because I was not expecting this, to be honest, because 12 kilometers range, it was really quite underwhelming, but it looks like because you've got such a low detection range as well, you can certainly make it work. I mean, whether that's the same in a tier 7 game, I don't know, because it's going to be much more difficult circumstances, but at the same time, I'm still quite happy with how it plays. I mean, the only thing is this isn't really, I guess, indicative of how the rest of the line's going to play, because the rest of it is more just HE spamming, and that's not what this is. I mean, it's HE spamming, but it's not rapid fire. It's these are the largest caliber guns on the line, but even so, I'm still quite happy with how it's playing. I'm just trying to see if I can snipe that kill. If I can, I'll be very happy, because, you know, cracking on the first game, that is going to be absolutely wonderful. So we're just going to keep on throwing shots over. Can we maybe get that? Come on. Oh, come on, 200 HP, 200 HP, come on. One more hit. Oh, Okay, this last salvo is... Ah, that is actually gutting. Okay. That was nearly it then. We messed up that last shot, but since the Normandy is still being spotted for us, we're going to try and get a few more shots over here. And it looks like the carrier is also harassing them. Down to 2,000 HP. Unfortunately, they're just behind this island, so let's see if we can get a shot. They are flooding. Okay. No Kraken, but 4 kills is still good enough for me. And here we are on the end result screen. 67,000 damage, 4 kills. Overall, I'm really quite happy with that. As it goes for performance, it definitely feels like something you're going to have to work quite hard for, because that's going to be quite a limiting range with 12 kilometers, but at the same time that is somewhat mitigated by having such a low detection range. I mean, in terms of enjoyment, that was quite a fun game. I mean, it certainly helped with the 4 torpedo hits, but it does seem like a pretty good ship. In terms of the rest of the line, I'm going to wait until the tier 6, and then I can sort of gauge how you play the rest of the line, but on its own it feels quite fun, but it's going to be something that's going to be relatively hard to play, but if you can pull it off, then it seems like something that you can make work. Now if we look at the team score, we'll have a look. So 1,300 base XP, overall quite good, 3rd place, very good from the buy-in, so I've given them a +1 because they played incredibly well there. And if we just look at the detailed report just to see the damage, yep, 23,000 on the Koenig, 19 on the Repulse, 15 on the Trento, and then small amounts on the rest of them. But overall, I've got to say, I'm quite happy with how the ship performs, and I'm looking forward to trying the rest of the line. But with all that said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. So I'll see you in the next one.